So
Alright, today, we're trying to get a ventilation hole for the upstairs part of the humidor. We're building a brand new humidor out of an old wine cabinet. And we're going to try to get some airflow going up top now. So I've got the airflow set up on the main compartment. Got it set up for the drawers. We have fans running in the back too to recirculate. I just want to get some airflow going up top too. Good thing I had the cedar here to capture all that dust. We've been running these fans and electronic humidors here now for about 3 or 4 days to get the humidity up to about 68%. It's pretty warm in the basement. Stays stable at around 65 most of the year. Getting our fans now complete. I can put one on the top section too. Get the air moving around. This was an old wine cabinet, clearly. Still has wine on the bottom. But the upstairs, or the top section, we've converted some of that sawdust out. Got one more fan I can plug in to get some air going up there. Everything's run off of a timer, which kicks on every, I don't know, 20-30 minutes to circulate the air. Just pretty much generic CPU fans that I got going here. Plugs into USB. Which way the airflow goes on this one. And I'm going to have to go get a converter for it, which I think I have upstairs. Alright, we're back. We just installed the fan up top to help circulate some air up there. Clearly this is a very old wine cabinet because the fluorescent light is still flickering, but this is only phase one of it. We want to eventually get some LED lighting in here. I just need to put it in order to get that done because it'd be nice to be able to see everything that is in here once it's in here. And for humidity, we've got these two little units that stay on all the time. This I have filled with beads that won't mold up. And then this one's got the old foam in it, and they're both set to around 68, 69. Those guys run constantly or until they shut off automatically. The fans are on timers, as I was saying before, which kick on every 20 minutes or every half hour just to circulate some air. And that's where we're at right now. Soon we'll be filling this bad boy up from all the boxes and humidor stuff that we have here. And I've been having them sit in coolers and tabs. There's some nice little beauties in there. We're going to be loading these bad boys up into the bigger humidor now. Hi guys, Cigar Dad back again. We filled the humidor up with the cigars that were sitting in boxes in Tupperware containers, and we'll quickly go through what's here. So first we have our singles drawer. We're going to quickly go through and see what's available in here. So I have some Liga Privada UF13s, very good, excellent cigars, part of the Liga line. You can get these on the cheap, highly recommend them. We've got some Master Blend number 3s that I've had for almost probably 2 or 3 years now, aging quite nicely in here. Underneath we've got some Camacho pre-embargo cigars, very nice, save them for special occasions. A couple of Lucy's here. I've also got some AFR Connecticut Reserve Maduros, excellent cigars, you can get your hands on them. An Ashton, some Diamond Crown Maduros. These I believe are the number 4 Robustos. I've got some old Rocky Patel Old World Reserves. Those are actually the only Rocky Patels I like or have ever liked out of his cigars. Next we have some singles here. This is a combination of some AJ Fernandez cigars and a lot of tatuajes I have in here. Some of the San Lotano Oval Maduros in the 6x60s. These are excellent. They go under the radar a lot. They're just a really nice cigar. Got some of his Armadas, which I got dirt cheap. They're okay. Clearly wouldn't pay full price for them. They're ridiculously expensive, but sometimes you can find them cheap. I've got some of the tatuajes here, some of my favorite smokes. These are the, I believe, the Miami Reservas, the Cajuno, probably pronouncing that wrong, 2003s. There's some of the, there's a one left of the 2012. I've got some of his Reserva Nicaraguas here, the 7th Especials. Underneath there's more tatuajes. There's the La Riqueza, I believe I'm pronouncing that right. I've also got some of the tatuaje 10-year Miami cigars. These are really good cigars, and you can get them at a decent price on a few sites. This stick, I'll review it at some time. It just tons and tons of chocolate on it. One of my favorite go-tos. Next, on the other side, these are some of my mild to mediums, with the exception of a couple in here. Some Arturo Fuente Hemingways, one of my favorites. This is the 6x47, I believe. I've got a Diamond Crown in here, which I'll review at some point too. This is the Connecticut. There's some La Aurora Preferido Connecticut's in here. There's a Perdomo double-aged 12-year Connecticut. These are bourbon barrel aged. They're really good sticks. Some La Palina sticks in there. This is just some odds and ends, and this new one I just got, these Bugatti Ambassadors. I actually wasn't too thrilled with these. Next up, I've got some more Arturo Fuente. These are the Don Carlos Presidentes, pretty good cigars. I think I like the Hemingways a little bit better. Some other Rocky Patels that I just had left over, wasn't too fond of them. My only Cuban cigar I got as a gift from my brother-in-law, letting it sit for a while, and I think it's actually authentic because he got it overseas. Some Illusione Fume de Amores. I had a bunch more of the Illusiones. I've been smoking them a lot. Need to restock. Here's a La Jolla Reserva Limitada They make some pretty good stuff. This is my last of their stuff. They're very cinnamony, so this one in particular is very cinnamony, which I just find sometimes a little overwhelming, but their Maduros are pretty good. They're not as overpowering. Some Christian Aurora PLDM 60s. I've got 3 of these left, and just a few odds and ends underneath. My other singles drawer is occupied by a couple of smaller humidors, and in the back here I have some 2015 Liberty Series, which are really good cigars, and I also have some Reconquistas from AJ Fernandez as well. Again, I wouldn't pay full price for those, but if you can find them on the cheap, and there's a few places you can, a decent smoke. Here's just some odds and ends. Here's some used Liberty Series boxes. I like these in particular because they are awesome with the cedar, and I think it helps with the aging. So I put a couple of other sticks in there just to age them for about 6 months, just to see what they taste like versus just sitting in singles boxes or 5-packs. And I did the same thing with a couple of other boxes. These are just some odds and ends of cigars that were just left over. I didn't particularly care for, and they're just leftover cigars. In these 2 boxes, I have some Lucy's in here. And this is actually a leftover of a box of Oliva V torpedoes. These have actually been aging for almost 2.5 years. Not quite sure what I did with the original box, but for whatever reason they're sitting in here now. And I also have a bunch of La Polinas in here. Another awesome cigar. If you can get your hands on the Mr. Sam's, the Pasha, which is down here, which is the I'm trying to think of the name. It's probably on it. It's the Family Series. I'm sorry, folks. The Family Series Miami. And there's some other La Polinas in here. Really good smokes overall. But the Mr. Sam is one of my favorites out of this, and the El Diario, which is down here as well. I keep those in here. But these I've started to smoke again, and they taste phenomenal. Anytime you can age an Oliva for 2, 3, 4, 5 years, go for it. Next, these are my really nice box of cigars, of singles. I picked a lot of these up just in 5-packs and sometimes even in singles. I keep extra Boveda packs in here just to keep them at the right humidity. The 1926 Padrones are my favorites. I actually love them in all sizes, particularly the natural for this, but I also like the Maduro. I've got some 1964 anniversaries in here too. And I have a few of the family reserves here and there thrown in as well. But this is my Padrone box of singles. Next up top we have my boxes, which I've been aging. Some of these have been aging almost 3 years. I got into it as far as the aging aspect almost 3 or 4 years ago, so I started aging cigars. I've been smoking for a while, but seriously been collecting now for 3 or 4 years, and this is my starter collection, if you want to call it that. I've got some more of the Perdomo double-aged vintage. This is the sun-grown, and I also have a box back here of the Maduro. They're both pretty good. They're aging pretty well. This release was from 2014. I have a box of the Perdomo 20th anniversary. These go under the radar a lot. They're pretty good. I wouldn't say they're the super uber premiums, but they're still a pretty good cigar. Back in here I've got some Alec Bradleys, the Prensado and the Tempest. They're aging okay. I think I kind of like them actually from almost 2 years ago a little bit better than I like them now. Not all your cigars are going to age well. There's only one way to find out. Put them in and see how they do. I've got a box of Oliva Serie V. These are from January 2014. Down to only about 5 left in here, so I've been restocking some of the Robustos. These are, sorry, the double Robustos. I've got another box in here. These are the double Robusto Tubos. These are pretty recent I got. These are aging in cedar tubes. They taste different right out of the box, but these in particular taste phenomenal after a few years of aging. Let's see, in the back, I've got some more Padron boxes. These are the 1926 Naturals. Letting them sit for a while. I've had a couple of them. This box is, I don't even know if I dated it. Yeah, I did April 2015. The dating is more for myself because you don't really know that there's no box codes like Cuban boxes as to when they were produced, so it's actually when you picked them up, but they could have been sitting in the cigar shops or the online shops for who knows how long. This one's from December 2015. This is the Maduro 1926 sampler box. I'm not sure if I've smoked any of these. I might have sampled them here and there. This is a full box. They smell really well too. You can tell with the Padrones as they start to age. Sorry guys, I don't know if the previous thing got cut out. We ran out of space or whatever, but these are the Padrones. I'm going to put them back in. Again, we had the Olivas, and back here I have some of my Ligas. I've got some more on order, so I'll be getting some more of the number 9s. This is a sampler box. These are really good, and these are my T52s, which have been aging for quite some time now. These have been aging since January 2015, down to my last several. They taste phenomenal, and the bands, they start to turn this nice brown color as the oils come up. These taste incredible after a few years of box age on them. Anyway, that's my box collection. We'll talk about other stuff next time. Thank you.